What's going on, everybody? My name is Seth and you're watching 252 Squad, and in today's video we're finally starting on the 99 Honda Accord Coupe turbo project. As you can see, it's been sitting here growing up in grass, kind of being neglected just because we've been cleaning out the garage and pulling the engine out of the CL Type S. But today we're finally going to get started on the vehicle, and we're going to finally start getting to prepping this engine bay. That way it can get ready to finally receive the J32 and the 6-speed. Nice.
1, 2, 3!
So as you can see here, pretty much everything out of the factory car is still just kind of laying in the engine bay. So a lot of this stuff needs to be taken out, as well as the car needs to be moved from its current position of being out here in the yard. So my first step for the day is actually going to be lifting the car up and getting the coilovers raised up. Just because of how low it is, it definitely will not make it up the incline to go into the garage. But first step of the day is getting that done, and probably swapping the rear wheels out because those are pretty big and they kind of rub. So I went ahead and got the car all raised up. As you can see, there's a lot more fender gap right here, as well as I got new wheels put on the back side of it just so it doesn't rub as bad. As you can see, the entire interior is a mess where I've taken wiring components out just so I can pull the wiring harness out of the actual engine bay here. So if I come up to underneath of the hood here, and I'll show you, the wiring harness has been pulled from out of there. It's just laying right here. And now I'm getting ready to take the hood off, that way it doesn't fall on me, and go ahead and start ripping the rest out of the front of it. So now that the hood is actually off the car, I'm actually just going to go ahead and finish ripping out the wiring harnesses still attached here, and just all the other components throughout the entirety of the engine bay pretty much. So we've got the car actually moved over to the area where I'm going to pressure wash everything out and clean and paint the bay. Pretty much everything is out of it that I'm going to take out of it. Just going to leave a few things in here that I don't care too terribly much about. It's not going to be a perfect engine bay paint job. I'm not tucking anything or doing anything like that because this car's meant to go fast. It's not meant to be exactly perfect as far as this goes. The bay painting is just because it's green and the rest of the car is not going to be green, and it's not going to match at all. But it's getting painted white. You'll see that in a second, but let's get it cleaned. So for cleaning the bay, I just pretty much used the entire bottle of this Griot's Garage engine cleaner. As you can see, I've sprayed it on pretty much everything throughout here. I'm just gonna go ahead and hose it all down with the pressure washer here. Probably hit it with the thing of foam cannon, just some wash here. Maybe do a little scrubbing in some of the tougher areas like down here on this frame and everything. But other than that, then we're just gonna paint it. So it's the next morning since getting the bay painted, and I just wanted to come out here and show y'all now that everything's dried what it looks like. Of course, you can see there's a little bit of overspray on the subframe and everything like that that's going to get cleaned up. But other than that, everything came out really, really well. There is a few spots here, like on the strut towers, where the paint didn't exactly stick as well as I wanted it to, but it's no big deal. The look of the engine bay isn't that big of a deal to me. It's about what's going to go inside of the engine bay. But it did end up coming out pretty good for just a Rust-Oleum, just white regular paint job. Didn't really sand anything down, just cleaned it up like you saw in the previous clips, and then just sprayed it. All right, everybody, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been about 5 months since I've touched this car. I have
painted the bay and took a few more things out, put a few more things back in. And I have not touched the car since then, since the last clips you've seen. So it's been 5 months since I've touched this car, mainly because it's been hunting season here in North Carolina, and I wanted to go hunting, and my only time to work on this car is the weekends, and that's when I have time to hunt, so that's what happened to it. But now that all of that is over, I'm finally back working on the car. As you can see, I put a few things like the wiper arms, the cowl panel, a few of the wiring harness stuff up here, deleted the washer reservoir. I'm getting ready to start putting mounts back in. That way I can get the engine ready to go into the car. Like I said, it's time to start sticking mounts in, and these are actually innovative mounts. I don't know how well you can see there, but these are poly bushing mounts. I do have 3 of them here. These are for an Acura Seal Type S, but same engine bay and everything there. Just gonna steal the few bolts out of this one, go ahead and slap these mounts in right fast. So, with just a little bit of nature's Loctite, we got in all new motor mounts, all 3 here. Everything's looking good there. They do look very nice in the engine bay, being all nice and red and shiny. I am a little confused about this one, the way that this one sits compared to the factory one. But I guess I'll figure that out when I get the motor in. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap up today's video. Today's video I know is probably pretty short and all over the place because it was filmed over the course of 5 months. I have owned this car now for 7 months, and as you can see, all I've done is paint the bay and now put engine mounts in. I did pull the J32 out of the Seal Type S in that time as well. So, I mean, not a lot has been done, but there is progress to be made, and there's a lot more coming now that I actually have time to work on the vehicle. And with that being said, next video, you're going to see me starting to rip into the J32A2 I have, as far as taking the transmission off, clutch out, the front cover off, getting it looking good, new timing and everything, so it is ready to go into this 99 Accord Coupe right here before your eyes. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you want to keep watching the build as far as this goes, building a 500 wheel horsepower, J32 powered, boosted Honda Accord, subscribe, like, and keep up with the content. So thank y'all very much for watching. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace out and see you next time.